Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have just gotten the Sonic Frontiers world premiere for gameplay, and I'm pretty mixed about it. There's a lot of good things to say, a lot of bad things to say. We're going to talk about it all here. I'm going to break down this trailer piece by piece and talk about all of my thoughts on every bit of gameplay that we have gotten. If you are new here and you like this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit that bell for post notifications on so you get notified of my future videos. Anyways, let's jump right into it. So the first thing that we see that I kind of want to point out is the running animation. Sonic starts running at the very beginning of this trailer, and it has a nice transition to max speed that I really like. It kind of reminds me of Sonic Adventure 2, how it had that seamless transition to top speed, and it wasn't jank like Sonic 06. I like that. But what happens next is Sonic runs up this little tower with like his glowing feet. It kind of reminds me of like how Naruto would walk up trees with chakra in his feet, whatever. Anyways, once he gets up there, there's like these coins, purple coins. And I guess these are collectibles? I don't know. The only thing I could think about when seeing these coins is, this is a Mario game, bro. Like, we're playing Mario Galaxy right now. Obviously, I'm joking. This is nothing like a Mario game, but it did kind of remind me, like, why are we collecting coins? What is this for? That's something I'll get into later about the collectibles and what we're doing in this game, but for now, let's just continue. Okay, so when Sonic's going up the rest of this tower, he does a bunch of things like homing attacks some balloons and going up some rails and even climbing. I'll get to that in a second, but I really like how this looks. It kind of reminds me of the Sonic Unleashed DLC stages where they just slap a bunch of obstacles in your way and you have to get through it as fast as possible. I kind of like this. Now, some people are saying it was mid and that the level design here was kind of boring. I disagree. I feel like if you're playing this game and going a lot more fast-paced than the player who is playing the game right here, I think it's going to be a lot more fun. Like, having to speedrun these towers, I think that's going to be pretty fun. It's going to be like a Sonic Unleashed DLC stage. Now, one thing I want to say is, that climbing animation, that whole climbing sequence, yeah, that was taken from Breath of the Wild. There's no way, bro. You can't convince me that was not from Breath of the Wild, man. That's Link right there. All right? Okay, I just wanted to say that. Let's move on. Alright, so I really wanted to point this out before we move on. When Sonic is leaving the tower, he goes on this rail and he hits these rings and he's flung forward onto the map. And I really like this because something I really wanted to see with Sonic Frontiers is a giant jungle gym of a map. Like, I thought the rails in the sky was a little out of place, right? But it wouldn't be out of place if we had a bunch of random scattered stuff around the map. And it looks like they're doing that. And what I really like is that they're using these rings to fling Sonic back into the action. And I really like that because judging from this open world gameplay, it looks like it's going to be a very fast-paced Sonic game where you explore this part of the map and then get flung back into the map, right back into the action, no time wasted at all. And I really just adore that. That's a great feature. That was what I was kind of afraid of with Sonic Frontiers. That would just be this giant, boring environment that looks pretty, but nothing else. But no, it looks like they got this down. They have the level design there. I'll get into some more of my defenses of the level design later, but I really like how at the top they give you a way to fling yourself back into the action. That's brilliant. Let's move on. Alright, so the next thing we get to see is Sonic, he like runs off of this ramp onto this platform where he jumps on a spring, starts rail grinding, and does that whole platforming sequence. Now, there is one issue that kind of gets brought up here with a lot of people, and it's that you can see the platforms in the distance rendering in as you're moving forward, which basically means that they are appearing right in front of your eyes. They're not there always, they're just now appearing. A lot of people have issues with that, and I can see why. And what I think is happening here is that Sega is optimizing this game for Switch. I have a sneaking suspicion that they're turning down the render distance so that it can run on Switch, because as you guys know with Breath of the Wild, they pretty much did the same thing. You see so much pop-in Breath of the Wild, it's normal in that game. Frontiers, I feel like it's going to be the same way. However, unfortunately, I think the Xbox, PlayStation, and PC will suffer from the Switch's hardware, which is unfortunate. I kind of wish that only the Switch version would have pop-ins, and then Xbox and PlayStation would be better optimized to not have pop-ins, but it looks like they're going to make all versions of the game about the same, with the Switch probably being lower in graphical fidelity and whatnot. So that's my guess of what's happening here. It's not the biggest deal. Again, I'm more of a gameplay guy, and this game is starting to look very unpolished, but if the gameplay is good, it's good. A great example would be Super Mario Sunshine. I thought that game was absolutely phenomenal, but I won't lie to you, that game is very unpolished, and I hope that's at the least the case for Sonic Frontiers, because this game is looking very unpolished, but I hope the gameplay is good enough to make up for the unpolished parts of this game, which, in my opinion, it looks to be that way, but I'm not going to count my chickens yet, which we'll get into later. Okay, so this next segment, we get to see Sonic traversing the world. What it's going to look like when he's traversing, going through all of the platforms and whatnot to get from point A to point B. And we see that he goes through rails, he jumps on springs, he even runs on walls. I think this looks really fun, dude. Being able to go on rails and just blast off through the open world. I really like that. That looks like a blast, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. And that's kind of what I wanted to see from an open world Sonic game. Level design that keeps flinging Sonic forward, keeps pushing him forward, giving him that nice level design that gets him from point A to point B. And it looks like they're doing that pretty well in this trailer. Now, one thing I really do not like about this segment of the trailer is the animations. I don't know what is wrong with this game, but the animations are garbage. I am sorry, they are not good in the slightest. They look jank, they're unpolished, it doesn't look good in the slightest. Like, you see Sonic running up to this mountain, and when he runs up the mountain, he goes from the default running animation, he glitches around a little bit, and then goes into the Lost World running animation, and he kind of gets up to that spring, but that looked so buggy and unpolished. I didn't like that in the slightest. And you know, this really scares me because it tells me that they're still using stuff from Lost World because, as you guys know, Forces was built off of Lost World and they're still using animations from that game. Just let Lost World die. Let it die. Let Forces die. Give us new stuff, man. I'm tired of this, bro. And it just looked so choppy. I did not like that animation in the slightest. I don't know if it controls well because obviously I've not played the game, but it doesn't look like it controls well. It looks like if you try to run up that mountain, it might glitch you off of the mountain a couple times. And I don't like having to make an assumption like that, but it's hard to not make an assumption like that when the animations look so choppy and broken. Okay, wait, one more thing before we move on. I forgot to talk about this before, but those trick animations, oh my, it just looks so bad. Why, dude? Sonic Generations had like 10 times better animations, and how does Frontiers mess this up? Like, how do you mess this up, bro? Generations did this like 10 times better back in 2011, and we're struggling in 2022. Those animations, it like, you can see where it stops. Like, there's like a moment in between every trick. It's choppy, it's unpolished. I don't like how the trick animations look. I don't know what's wrong with these animations. They're not good. I hope they polish up the animations before the game releases, because this ain't it, Chief. These animations ain't it. So the next thing we see is Sonic running over to these Chozo statues from Metroid. I don't know why they're there, but they are. Anyways, Sonic talks to him and a door opens and he goes in and there's like these little flames here. It's like a puzzle and Sonic has to solve it. So he goes in his like spin cycle, spins around him and puts out the fire. I kind of like this. I always heard that there was puzzle solving from leaks, and this seems to be the puzzle solving that they're talking about. And I like how fast paced and simple it is, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like puzzle solving in a Sonic game. That doesn't sound fun, but if it's this simple and this fast paced, I can get down with it. But if we're doing advanced puzzles that makes me think, I don't want to think when I'm playing a Sonic game. I just want to go fast. So I kind of like how they're tackling puzzle solving here. So that's a plus. But there is something I want to talk about, and it's at the end of this puzzle, a fruit appears in Sonic. And you know, I'm noticing a lot of collectibles in this trailer. We got to see hearts, purple coins, and now a fruit. That's a lot of collectibles. I don't know. I'm not getting nervous or anything about these collectibles, but you know, we'll save it for the end of the video as always, but let's continue. Okay, so the last things we get to see in this trailer is Sonic solving another puzzle and another heart appearing. Then he spins on the wheel and another heart appears. And man, all these collectibles, it's starting to make me think. Well, what's going on in this open world, man? What's actually happening with these collectibles? Because I'm noticing them everywhere, and to be quite honest, this trailer didn't tell us anything about the main objective of Sonic Frontiers, which is what I want. I want to know what we're doing in the open world. Yes, it's pretty. Yes, we get to traverse pretty cool level design, but what is the main objective? Are we going to be doing missions in this open world, side quests? What's going to be going on? I have a theory. Alright guys, you gotta hear me out for this one. From all of these collectibles and all of this level design, it reminded me of one video game. And actually it's kind of like a side content of a video game, but it's Bowser's Fury from Super Mario 3D World on the Nintendo Switch. And it just reminds me of it so much because you get to see these like random scattered platforms everywhere. And there's collectibles once you complete the platforming challenges, or just any challenges in general, puzzles or anything. You get rewarded with collectibles. Now, I don't see any villages in this open world, I don't see any towns, I don't see any NPCs, I don't see anything. So that tells me that there's not really going to be any side quests or anything. The message that I'm getting from this trailer is that this is going to be a collectathon. Now, continue, hear me out. I seriously do not see where they're going to put like side quests and missions. Like there isn't anything in this open world besides platforms and collectibles. Like I really do not see where you can fit a cool side quest in. I don't see it anywhere. But you know what I do see? A small, compact open world that will have enemies and will have platforms that lead to collectibles at the end of their platforming challenges. Very similarly to Bowser's Fury, except with a more focus on combat. This is really starting to make me think that this is going to be a collectathon Sonic game in an open world, where we're going to be traversing this open world, going fast as possible, collecting as many collectibles as possible, so we can go on to the next open zone, which would be a desert or whatever else they have planned for this game. But the vibes I'm getting is that this is a Bowser's Fury inspired Sonic game, which I really like that. And I talked about this in multiple videos in the past where I really wanted a Bowser's Fury inspired Sonic game because I feel like that's how you make a platformer into an open world. You can't really turn Sonic into Breath of the Wild. You can't really do that because Sonic doesn't move as slow as Link. Sonic's gameplay isn't built around doing advanced puzzles. And it's not built around going slow and talking to NPCs. You need to go fast. You need to be on the go. That is what Sonic's gameplay is all about. And Bowser's Fury, I feel like that's the best inspiration they could take. I like how this game looks, and I like how they designed the open world like a jungle gym. I really like all that. And if it is inspired by Bowser's Fury, I'll like it even more because that game's fire, and I think Sonic can pull it off, but also a lot of things can go wrong. A big problem with Bowser's Fury's gameplay is that if there's not enough content, it can fall short. And I hope that doesn't happen with Sonic Frontiers. This content looks good. I just don't know if we're gonna have enough of it in this map. I hope so. We don't know until it releases or until they show us more trailers. But I am kind of hyped, but I'm also skeptical. I'm going to keep my expectations very tame, but this is a message to both Sonic Team and Sega. In the next trailer, I want to see a big focus on the main objective, because we still do not know what the main objective of this game is. We know that there's a pretty map, and we know that's fun to traverse, but we don't know anything else. What is going to be the main thing that we're working towards? Is there going to be main missions, side missions? Is it a collectathon? We don't know. I just want to know what the main objective of this game is. We're 4 trailers in, and we still don't know what we're doing. What are we doing in this game? I want to know. Please tell us in the next trailer because we're kind of left in the dark here. And that's why I hope we get in the next trailer a main focus on the main objective. Anyways, that's the end of the video. If you guys liked it, make sure to leave a like, comment, favorite, subscribe, and hit that bell for post notifications on if you want to be notified of my future Sonic content. Anyways, I love you guys. Adios. My chill members are Orion Pax, Snix, Ethan K78, Johnny on Rings, Epic Gaming with George, Speederlight, Songman715, Storm, Archer XYZ, Rockcomb K, Sonic Hub, Thomas One Rye, Chip Chap Chop Escape, Sonic Pip, The Squeaker Nerd, Super Shax Boom, Sonic Extreme, and Super Saiyan Sonic. Thank you guys all so much for supporting the channel. Sonic Frontiers has been great, and you guys have been there to support me. Thank you guys so much. I am out of breath, and I am tired of talking. I've been talking for so long. I need to end this video. Anyways, I love you guys. We got more content coming out soon. Adios.